Horton's world welcomes you. Ever notice how right after you mention your good luck, things suddenly go wrong? You call your journey smooth, then the car stalls. You boast about your health, then wake up sick. We call it being jinxed, laugh it off, but the feeling lingers. Is it just coincidence, or does the word jinx hold a deeper, darker power from our past? Tonight, we peel back the layers of a word born from ancient fear. Jinx. What we treat as a harmless superstition once meant invoking real misfortune, a ritual to manipulate fate itself. In ancient Greece, a bird and a wheel spun with whispered words, casting spells of love or doom. Over centuries, the fear remained. To speak of fortune was to tempt fate. Jinx is not just a word, it's a shadow that follows us. The story of the Jinx begins not with bad luck, but with a bird. This small, peculiar bird could twist its neck almost 180 degrees. To ancient sorcerers, it was a living tool, believed to bridge the physical and magical worlds. They bound it to a spinning wheel, using its frantic motion to cast spells of love, obsession, or misfortune. The sorcerer's bird became the living anchor for the earliest, darkest jinxes. The spinning wheel was never silent. Chants and whispered words filled the air, each syllable guiding the spell's power. The cries of a trapped bird, the sorcerer's voice, and the wheel's drone merged into a hypnotic ritual. The Greeks believed words and ritual together could shape fate, obsession, love, or ruin. Over time, the word itself became a spell, an irresistible force, a jinx, a curse that felt sent by someone. As the Roman Empire rose, it absorbed much of Greek culture, including its language, its gods, and its deep-seated belief in magic. The Latin word took on a similar meaning, referring to the same bird and the same bewitching spells. But as the centuries wore on, the direct memory of the spinning wheel and the sorcerer's bird began to fade. The specific ritual became lost to a majority of the population, surviving only in obscure texts and the practices of hidden traditions. Yet the word itself survived. It clung on in the collective consciousness, detached from its original gruesome context, but retaining all of its ominous power. It became a ghost of a word, haunting the language. The word eventually found its way into English, likely through Old French, and by the 17th century it was beginning to morph into the form we recognize today. The spelling changed, the pronunciation shifted, but the core idea remained intact. A jinx was still a source of bad luck, a charm or spell that brought misfortune. It was something that could be put on someone. While people may not have known about the wry-necked bird, they instinctively understood the meaning. The word carried with it an ancient weight, a primal fear of being cursed, of having one's fortune turned by an unseen and malevolent force. The ritual was forgotten, but the feeling it inspired endured. This transition marks a crucial shift in human superstition. The power was no longer seen as belonging exclusively to sorcerers and witches performing complex rites. Instead, the power was democratized, transferred to the act of speaking itself. The belief evolved that one did not need a magical bird or a spinning wheel to invite bad luck. Simply speaking with too much confidence or naming one's good fortune was enough to perform a kind of accidental spell upon oneself. You became your own sorcerer and your own victim. The universe or fate or the gods took the place of the listening magician, ready to punish any act of verbal hubris. And so the ancient spell was complete. A word born from a magical ritual involving a bird and a wheel had journeyed through thousands of years of human history. It shed its specific origins but held on to its dark essence, its power to describe that chilling moment when good luck sours. The jinx became an echo of an old fear, a fear that our words have power, that unseen forces are listening, and that to speak of fortune is to dare those forces to take it away. Across cultures and centuries, an unspoken commandment has shaped human behavior. Never speak of your good fortune before it's secure. To name your success is to tempt fate, to invite disaster. Ancient Romans, for all their ambition, feared Nemesis, the goddess who punished hubris. Even in triumph, a general would be reminded, remember you are mortal. Ordinary people too followed this rule. Hunters never boasted of the catch, sailors never praised the weather. Words were believed to carry weight, to upset a delicate balance and draw the attention of jealous gods or spirits. This belief, found everywhere from Rome to remote villages, reveals a primal understanding. Pride comes before a fall, and silence is the wisest shield. In a world ruled by uncertainty, humility and restraint became survival instincts. Silence was more than absence. It was protection. By refusing to name blessings, people hoped to stay hidden from envious spirits or fate itself. In many cultures, praise was met with counter-rituals. A spit, a disparaging word, anything to deflect the evil eye. Words were seen as powerful, capable of shaping reality and summoning unwanted attention. The jinx evolved from a curse cast by others to a danger we bring upon ourselves by breaking the sacred silence. Speaking too soon was surrendering your armor, exposing yourself to misfortune. The jinx, then, was not a spell, but the consequence of a broken rule. To speak of good fortune is to tempt the void, to challenge the universe's chaos. Certainty feels unnatural. Declaring nothing can go wrong is an act of hubris, daring fate to intervene. This echoes Greek tragedy, where pride leads to downfall, and in daily life, where a boast is often followed by mishap. The fear of jinxing is the fear of disrupting a fragile process, like mentioning a perfect game in baseball and breaking the spell. Words intrude, shattering concentration and balance. The jinx reminds us to respect uncertainty, to stay humble, and to never claim victory before the story ends. In tempting fate, we invite the universe to remind us who's really in control. But what if the jinx's power comes not from spirits, but from our own minds? Psychologists call it expectancy bias. When you expect bad luck, your brain starts searching for it, turning every minor mishap into evidence of a curse. The word jinx plants a seed. Suddenly, every flicker and fumble feels like fate. This isn't conscious. Your mind is simply primed to notice misfortune, weaving a narrative from random events. The jinx isn't out there, it's in our perception, a trick of the brain that makes coincidence feel like conspiracy. Our pattern-seeking minds turn belief into reality, convincing us the curse is real. The true power of the jinx lies in the stories we tell ourselves. The jinx goes beyond perception. It shapes our actions. The self-fulfilling prophecy means that expecting failure can cause it anxiety, hesitation, and doubt sabotage performance. In sports, academics, or delicate tasks, the fear of a jinx divides our focus, making mistakes more likely. When failure comes, it feels like proof of the curse, but it was our own belief that set the trap. The jinx is a psychological loop. Belief triggers behavior. Behavior creates outcome. Outcome confirms belief. It's not magic, but the mind's power to turn expectation into reality. The prophecy is born not from the void, but from within ourselves. In our age of science and technology, ancient traditions haven't vanished. They've just changed their clothes. Superstitions thrive in the brightest arenas, from sports to theatre to gaming. Athletes and performers still follow rituals, knocking on wood, crossing fingers, wearing lucky charms. These habits persist because deep down we still fear that our words and actions can tempt fate. The jinx's power isn't just for believers, it lingers in the skeptic's pause. Even the most rational minds hesitate before tempting fate, a flicker of doubt crossing their faces. When asked if success is certain, even scientists rarely say guaranteed. We avoid tempting the unknown, not out of belief, but because that ancient cautious voice still whispers, just in case. What if belief in jinxes isn't just superstition, but a primal warning system, an evolved instinct that kept our ancestors alive? In a world of predators and danger, overconfidence could be fatal. The fear of a jinx was a tool, keeping us cautious, humble and alert. Even now, it whispers, stay vigilant. Survival depends on it. The jinx was once a vital survival tool, warning us of danger. But as our world changed, we forgot its purpose. Now we blame the jinx for our misfortune, turning an ancient warning into a scapegoat for randomness. We perform rituals, but their meaning is lost, just echoes of forgotten wisdom. At the crossroads of fear and psychology, we trace the jinx from ancient rituals to the mind's self-fulfilling prophecies. Is the jinx real or just a trick of perception? Whether misfortune comes from spirits or our own minds, the result is the same. The glass shatters. The game is lost. The jinx endures because it reminds us. Humility is wise, for the universe is vast, and we are small. The word jinx is more than just language. It's a vessel of ancient fear and wisdom, a key to our primal consciousness. Every culture knows, do not speak too soon. Do not count your chickens before they hatch. Jinx is the shadow that follows our brightest moments, a reminder of our fragility. Once spoken, it cannot be taken back, and the world is always listening. And the final terrifying question remains. What will you choose to let out? Whether myth or fact, the legend warns some doors are best left unopened, and the greatest unknown may lie within us. It's a puzzle box with no key, a whisper in a quiet room, reminding us of the world is stranger than it seems. As our journey ends and the candle's smoke fades, what magic will you carry forward, challenging us, repelling us, and forever inviting us to question the limits of our own will? The answer lies in understanding our capacity for darkness and light. And ask yourself, do you believe? Do you dare to explore the unknown, to confront the shadows that lurk in the dark corners of our world? We may stumble upon truths more unsettling than the shadows themselves. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the history of jinxes. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to Horton's World Mythology for more explorations into the world's most fascinating myths and legends. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What other mythical creatures or legends would you like us to explore next? Share your ideas, and let's keep the flame burning bright. And as always, stay curious.